All right, so in the epic story of the tarot, every single card is a step on this huge life-altering path. But, where does it all lead? Well, today, we finally reached the end of the line. We're at the final destination, card number 21, the world. Let's dive in and see what it really means to finally arrive. And here it is. I mean, just look at it. The world card is all about that joyful, successful end to a really long journey. It's that deep feeling of arrival, of finally bringing a major chapter of your life to a really, really satisfying close. And it's more than just success or getting a reward. It's like the entire universe is throwing a party just for you. But here's the thing, you don't just accidentally fall into this kind of fulfillment. It's earned, every bit of it. So what kind of journey gets us to this incredible place? To really get what the world is about, we've got to look back at the path that leads us here. And that path? Well, it's known as the Fool's Journey. It's the story, the narrative thread that connects all 22 of the Major Arcana cards. It's a story of growth, really, from complete wide-eyed innocence to total awareness. The Fool's Journey is just this amazing metaphor for life itself. We all start out as the fool, right? Full of nothing but innocent faith. And every card we run into along the way is like a universal milestone, a critical lesson we have to learn on our own path to becoming whole. And let me tell you, this path is not always easy. After that innocent leap the fool takes, we learn to take the reins of our own will with the chariot. But then that same ego gets totally shattered by the lightning strike of the tower, a crisis that we absolutely need to force us to rebuild on a more real, more authentic foundation. And that wild path leads us right to the very edge of completion with judgment, that final, clarifying moment of self-assessment and rebirth. And this step, right before the end, it's so important. The judgment card is like a profound wake-up call from your higher self. It's that moment of truth where you finally shed that old ego, you forgive your past, and you really understand what your purpose is. It gets you ready to step into your full potential. And this right here really shows that transition perfectly. Look at the left. You've got the dramatic call of judgment, practically yelling at us to rise up. And then on the right, you see the calm, serene arrival in the world. It's this immediate, powerful switch from a final reckoning to the ultimate reward. So after we've answered that intense call of judgment, we finally arrive. Now let's take a much closer look at the world card itself, the grand finale that basically represents everything the entire journey was for. Okay, first thing you have to notice here is the element Earth. This is key. The world isn't talking about some abstract, out-there idea of success. Nope, the Earth element grounds this whole thing in the real material world. This is success you can feel, joy that's tangible, a reward you can actually touch. So the first big concept of the world is integration. It's that deep feeling of being whole. This isn't just about finishing a to-do list. It's about weaving every single part of yourself, every lesson, every mistake, every strength into one dynamic, harmonious balance. Everything is finally working together. And next up, of course, is accomplishment. This is the moment you see your dreams become your reality. You're prospering, you're hitting your goals, and you're watching all your hard work come together in this beautiful way. It's almost like the universe itself is giving you a high five because you're finally in sync with your true purpose. And that brings us to fulfillment. This is that deep, internal feeling of satisfaction. It's peace of mind. It's the joy of just being involved in your own life and having the ability to truly savor the present moment. This isn't just about being successful. It's about being happy. I love this quote because it just nails the feeling, doesn't it? It's that one perfect moment where you're just completely content. It doesn't have to be some huge dramatic victory. It can be as simple as watching a sunset or just laughing with people you love. For that single moment, everything is right. That is the feeling of the world card. But if we want to go even deeper into this feeling, we have to decode the card's rich symbolism. Every little thing in this picture tells part of the story of completion. Okay, so let's really zoom in on this beautiful, intricate card. Your eye is probably drawn to the figure in the center, right? But also notice the wreath around her, the wands she's holding, and those 4 figures in the corners. Every single one of them has a specific meaning. Right in the center, that dancing figure is pure joy. It's the soul celebrating its own wholeness. She's dancing inside this green wreath, which is a classic symbol of victory and completion. The two wands she holds, they show that she's integrated her power and found perfect balance. And watching from the four corners are the divine guardians of the cosmos, which tells us this achievement isn't just a fleeting thing. It's stable, it's protected, and it's aligned with the whole universe. But wait, there's a final twist here. Because in the tarot, the end of one journey is really just the graduation ceremony for the next one. This isn't a final stop, not at all. Remember where we started, with that innocent fool taking a wild leap of faith right off a cliff? Well, through every single trial, every crisis, and every moment of insight, that traveler has now integrated every lesson. That initial leap has been completely, totally validated. The fool's journey, as it turns out, wasn't so foolish after all. And so, a massive cycle is complete. And the World card leaves us with this really powerful question. Now that you've achieved this level of wholeness and understanding, what new world are you ready to step into? Now that this journey is done, what new one will you begin?